Okay, martial arts school owners, are you treating your school like a business or are you treating it like a hobby? So I know from personal experience when I used to treat my karate club back as it was in 2004, 5 and 6 as a hobby, it cost me like a hobby. I know that when I started to treat it like a business, when I started to learn more about business systems, 2009 onwards, and especially from 2013, 14 when I invested in a mentor, it started to pay me like a business. So again, if you're treating it like a hobby, it's going to cost you like a hobby. If you're treating it like a business, it will pay you like a business. One thing I tell my mentees, and again, I mention this a lot throughout my book, you're probably a black belt, high graded black belt in your style, but that does not mean that you're a black belt in running a business. So again, I don't mean that in a derogatory way. I don't mean that in a negative way, but you're probably fantastically gifted, talented, technical in your art at super high level. I understand that, but those skills are transferable to running that business. Because at the end of the day, you are running a business, and what you deliver is your art. Okay, so that's the main thing there. So just because you're brilliant at your art and teaching, that does not necessarily mean you've got the same skill set, or often doesn't mean that you've got the same skill set to build up that business. So again, if anybody hasn't read my book or anything, make sure that you pick up a copy, How to Build a Highly Profitable Martial Arts School. If you're watching this before it's out on April 11th, 2025. If you're watching this after that date, then get on Amazon, How to Build a Highly Profitable Martial Arts School. If it's not on Amazon, which it should be, then head over to our website, dervishdervish.com. Anyway, back to the video. You need to make sure that you're treating it like a business. So, have you got any idea of what your cash flow is going to be like next month? Have you got any idea of how many enrollments you're likely to get next month? Have you got an idea of what marketing is taking place next month, next quarter, next 6 months, next year? Have you got an idea of how you're building up other team members? If you haven't got any team members yet, have you got any idea of how you're likely to build up other instructors in your system? Have you got an idea of what your retention figures are like? Because that's a major one. Do you know how many students that you're losing each month, each quarter, each year? Do you know your net enrollment each month, each quarter, each year? So you always need to be understanding your stats. The stats will tell you so much about your business. The stats, I could have a look at a school stats and see where the problems are. How many leads are they getting? How many inquiries are they getting? How many of those are turning up to first lessons? How many then coming back to second lessons? How many of them are enrolling? How long then are people staying with us? What at the end of the month? How many students have you gained? How many students have you lost? Do you know how many students you've lost? Do you still think that when people say to you they're having a little bit of a break, they'll be back soon in a couple of months, that they do actually come back? No, class them as an ex-member. So you need to make sure that you're not treating your hobby as a hobby, because it'll cost you like a hobby. You need to make sure, get your business head on, that you're starting to treat it like a business. Learn about business systems. Again, invest in a copy of my book. It's always a great starter tool for people that are wanting to take steps further forward in the martial arts journey. Maybe book a call with me. I'll have a brief chat with you about your school. And again, I'll be honest with you to see whether or not, because we only like to work with people that are going to be committed. If you're a committed person, fantastic. Let's get on a call. Let's work out a plan on how to build your school to the next level, how to make sure that you're getting your first easy 10, 15 students in a month, how to make sure that you're bringing out your dropout rate and improving your retention, because those are the main things. Again, I say this a lot in my videos. Number one, attract clients, attract students. Number two, keep hold of students. Those are the two main drivers of the success in your business. But yeah, make sure that you're treating it as a business. So again, have you got an idea of what marketing you're doing next month, next quarter? Have you got an idea of how many white belts you're likely to enroll? How many inquiries you get typically in a week, in a month? How many people you lose in a week, in a month? If it's January the 1st and you're at 100 students, what are you planning to be like on December the 31st at the end of the year? So you need to know that always your chart should always be going up. There is no plateau in business, because when you're taking into consideration inflation and everything else, you're either green or red. It's either going up or it's going down. There's no in between. Remember Ray Kroc's famous saying there, obviously, the person that took that little business, McDonald's Global, you're either green and growing or ripe and rotting. So again, you need to make sure that your business is always generating leads, generating inquiries, having first lessons, having second lessons, enrolling students, keeping hold of them, renewing students, making sure that you're not letting anybody slip through the net. Again, I'm not saying that suddenly now you need to quadruple your prices and, you know, turn up to your school wearing a three-piece suit and, you know, a briefcase and so on. Definitely not. What I'm saying is understand some of the basic principles in order to make sure you can get more traction in your business. And then as you start to see how easy it is to gain new students, how easy it is to keep hold of students just with a few little tweaks in your systems, then start to learn more about the business and improve it and refine it a bit like you've done in your art. So again, super quick video. I hope somebody's found this valuable. Just a quick recap. Make sure that you're treating it like a business so it pays you like a business. Don't treat it like a hobby. If you do, it'll cost you like a hobby. And again, please subscribe to this channel. Please give the video a like as well. Try and put out a few videos each week on martial arts for martial arts school owners, especially my mentees. If you're a property investor watching this and you've watched this one, hopefully found a little bit of value for it. But again, we'll put videos out there for property investors as well. My name is Dervish Dervish. I help martial arts school owners build up successful schools, and I also help property investors build up their property portfolios and that lovely passive income. Anyway, good luck, all the best. Like I said, please subscribe, give it a like, and if you want to work with me, then reach out. Good luck, everybody. All the best.